Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing TT Isle of Man 3 Ride on the Edge. And today we're going to be here in the northwest course of the full version, and it's going to be here in the rain with Forest done on the Suzuki. And let me tell you guys, this was extremely challenging. The wet weather in this one is really difficult. Anytime you bring on the power too abruptly, the bike starts to skid and slide. It feels very nerve-wracking. Getting on the brakes, you have to go, of course, significantly earlier, and just the general feeling and the slippiness of the circuit certainly had me a little bit nervous throughout this one. It was a nerve-wracking experience. I crashed many times in an attempt to record this video, and I hope that this time we could finally get it right, because honestly, wow, I really struggled with this one. It's the first time I really gave the wet weather a proper good old college try. I've been trying it once or twice throughout my time just making videos, etc. And yeah, it's okay. But actually giving it to a full circuit with the full wet conditions, it is tough. It is very difficult. Satisfying when you get it right, but it's certainly challenging. And of course, this is going to be a very challenging video as we get close towards the pavement there. Just touching the curb would have been dire. So guys, if you do enjoy this content, or if you enjoy any part of this video, I would implore you to hit that subscribe button. It does help out the channel, and of course it keeps you inundated with bike racing videos for your YouTube feed. So, now braking firm into another right-hander. This is where I'm losing a lot of confidence nowadays. The difficult braking is myself struggling with this PS5 controller, and also the wet conditions. It just makes things very challenging, and my goal here is to get through this course quick and clean. Not too rushed. I don't mind going a little bit slow in some corners because I don't particularly know this version very well. This is the first time I'm actually doing a full lap here in this northeast version. I might have done a few sections, but I don't recall doing the full race of this one. I think it does go back into the TT since majority of the maps do. So I've got to just try my best, take my time, and hopefully we can get through this one, as I say, somewhat quick and clean. There's a couple of moments like bringing on the power there. You can see the rear wheel just starting to skid, starting to spin up. It's nerve-wracking. I wish I had my heart rate monitor on for this one, because honestly it was a whole experience of stress and pressure to get this video done. Honestly, it's all self-induced, of course, but it's bloody challenging. Oh god, we've almost lost it! Oh! The rear wheel got off the ground there. Just a small amount of pressure on the left trigger for the PS5 controller, and unfortunately that was like, full brake, let's do it. So, goodness me, it was a bit of a scary moment, that one. Hearts in mouths already at this stage of the video. But we do go down some really beautiful areas, and of course, hitting firm on the brakes is going to be what we need a few times, because we are going to go into the built-up area around the main city part, so we are going to have to be really careful. I'm going to use the barriers in the distance when they load in. I'm going to use that as an idea of when to start braking, and to be honest with you, that's a bit too early, but full disclosure, I think if I went any quicker in that, the bike would just drop. That's the main difficulty I've found with the rainy conditions. For some reason, you go into a corner just slightly too fast, and the bike just drops, like immediately drops. And I'm beginning to learn that this game, the way it handles going too fast into a corner, the bike just drops. And it's really frustrating because you don't even need to be pressing any of the brakes, rear brake or front brake. The bike will just disappear on you. So corners such as this, go into there with the smallest amount of power possible. You almost can't even make that corner at that speed. I mean, it's so slow, but at least it stops you from crashing. And now these two corners here are my ultimate Achilles heel. I hate these two corners. I can never get it right. I'm down to, what, 56 miles an hour? Very slow, but we got through. We actually got through. We were down to a snail's pace, yet the Suzuki stayed on board, or we stayed on board the Suzuki, should I say. It stayed upright, and we got the job done. Now we've tackled those bits, I'm feeling more confident. That whole area just frightens me. It's a scary moment. So we'll see what happens. Now into the right-hand side here is also another spot where it's easy to drop. Not bad, not too bad. Now I'm still running all the electronics on full at the moment. I've not really tweaked the electronics yet. I don't think I'm ready to do so. I'm just focusing on learning the tracks, and honestly, if you're looking for advice, that is my advice to you. Don't concern yourselves with going fast, don't concern yourselves with getting world record lap times, don't worry about electronics, just learn the tracks. You learn the tracks, you can find the limit, you can find the rhythm, the groove that you need, and then you can say, okay, I think we can get a bit more speed going into these corners. So that would be DrAce's advice to you, my prescription to you all. Now, of course, I do have a guide coming very soon, so if you're having a pretty tough time with this game and you just can't seem to get on with it, I've got a bit of a guide coming for you soon, so I'll help you with the braking and also help you with just manoeuvring the bike in general in TT Isle of Man 3. Now, down these long straights, this is a part where you can get lost in the sense of you can sort of shut off for a moment. Your right index finger begins to get a bit sore, and you might start to lose a bit of concentration. But what I can tell you is just keep your eye on the map and the distant track that's approaching. Keep looking at the map, see what's coming up, and keep an eye on the head of you, and just to try and gauge how much brake you need to be hitting on to try and reduce the speed. Because as I said earlier, you try and go in any of these corners a little bit quicker than the game wants you to, and it's bang. Literally bang. Straight down to the floor. It's a strange feeling because it kind of goes without warning. The bike doesn't move or wobble. It just goes. It's scary. It's really scary. But if you get it right, it's immensely satisfying. And I think that's my whole experience with TT Isle of Man 3. When you get it right, the game is incredible. Love it. It's brilliant. And when you get it wrong, you kind of blame yourself, but you also blame the game as well. But it's not really the game's fault. Just got to tweak my settings, tweak my feeling, and get better at TT Isle of Man 3. But what I can tell you is this game is just so refreshing. It's nice to be challenged, it's nice to be pushed and made on the limits as we now go into the left-hand side. There's another corner I tend to struggle with. And for full disclosure on this one, I had the gear glitch in this one. I restarted it many times and I just couldn't seem to do it, so I've had to run automatic gears. I just could not get the game to let me use the gears. So into the right-hand side, I've gone deep, that's down, that's my fault. I can't blame the game for that one, that was my fault. I was way offline there, carrying too much speed. I went down, but I don't think I was expecting to go down that much. And of course, if you look at the gauges around the speedometer on the right-hand side of your screen, you could see at that point I wasn't even pressing a brake. It was just the bike straight down, full on flat, dropped like a sack of spuds. Not good. very awkward. But coming down to this fast section now, I know we're going to have to brake early for one of these corners, and I don't remember if it's this one. I'm probably going to just play it safe with a lot of these corners, but I do know there's a few of them that you need to take it very steady. And to be quite honest with you, I think I completely butchered that. That's way too gentle. We may not be setting a very fast-paced lap time here today, but as long as we get a good lap in and it looks clean. Yes, I've crashed once, which is a bummer. I keep crashing in these videos, and I'm really trying not to. I'm trying to avoid that, but I guess you realise the struggles I'm going through by crashing at least once per event. But now into the nice tight right-hander. We've got the very tight sections coming up soon, I remember that much. That is the triple super tight hairpins that will be approaching. Another point here that you don't want to be going in too fast, because if you go down there, then it's probably good night Vienna. I don't think you'll be seen again. So now onto the brakes, into the tight hairpin. Look at this combination of corners. We've run it way too deep. Kept the bike upright. Back on the brakes, bring it in tight, down to about 20 miles an hour. As the rider just gently drops out the RST knee slider. As Forrest Dunn is now into the right-hand side. We've been there with Forrest Dunn that. As we now go to the left-hand side. Keep on the power, but gently. Don't want to be going too abruptly and getting the rear tyre spinning up. But so far, this challenge has gone better than I expected. I can't tell you how many times I crashed trying to record this, but for this particular version of this video, it's gone quite well. And I'm very happy. We are approaching the last part here. Just approaching, what, 10 minutes? Should be sub 10 minutes. As we now go to the right-hand side. Keep the bike in the middle. Don't get yourself a penalty. Probably could have had one there for touching the sand and the soil, but a little bit more to go. One more left-hander, and the job is done. Beautifully done. Top of the board. So there you go then, guys. Oh, not quite. We finished second. Michael Dunlop. Top of the page. So this time around it was the AI skill of 70%. Testing the water. Excuse the pun. Against the AI. And I've got to say, I'm quite happy with that. I think I did alright. So Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. If you have a request or a suggestion you want to see next, don't hesitate to drop it in the comments section down below. As I say, guide coming up very soon, so I hope that can help you. And I guess that's it from me. So, big thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Consider becoming a member of the DrAce pit crew if you want to use the tube man emoji in our comment section. You can do that if you subscribe. But yeah, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.